Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, and we're standing outside a house flip that is now finished and staged and ready to sell. So this is one that we bought a few months ago, and we didn't do a whole lot of work to it. So you'll have to let us know what you think. This was a strategy of buying one with a little less margin than we normally like to have, and not needing a lot of work. So it needs some work, but we didn't go all out on it for sure. And we'll see how the market does with this property. Now, of course, we love likes, shares, comments. Keep all those coming. InvestForMore.com has a ton of free articles and a free book on all of our investing, being an agent, flipping, rentals, all that cool stuff. And Amazon has 10 books now that I've written on various subjects, from flipping to being an agent to rentals to our crazy real estate stories. So all kinds of stuff on there as well. All right, so this house we bought for $315,000 from the MLS. So when I bought it, I did get a commission, which is always nice. So that's a bonus. And at the time that I bought it, it was probably worth just over 400. And I almost never do this, but just looking at the market and what's been going on, how little inventory there is, I thought for sure we'd be okay selling it for at least that much, or maybe even a little more, just because there's been no houses for sale in the northern Colorado area. And yes, interest rates have changed, and the market could be changing a little bit, but still, there's still very few houses for sale, especially nice houses in this price range. So I'm still feeling pretty good about this purchase, even though it's probably worth, I'd say, around $415 right now. And usually we look for margins that are higher than that, which seems crazy. You need a $100,000 margin to make money flipping houses, but you really do, because it costs so much to repair. We have financing costs, we have carrying costs, we have selling costs. All those costs really add up, and often are more than the repair costs themselves. So on this one, we didn't redo the kitchen, right? The kitchen's okay. Oh, and the window. You're probably wondering what the heck is going on here. This one was broken, and we are sending it off to our window, the glass place we use, to fix it. And they're fixing it right now, so that's why we have the plastic over it. And that should be here really, really soon. If not, we'll have a note, something in the remarks about it being replaced, but we're not gonna leave it like that. This really looks pretty good now since it's been staged. We put in new appliances, did new flooring, painted everything. Some of the lights we're even able to keep. They had kind of updated lights. The windows were already done, so that was nice. It wasn't a whole lot of work, so we probably spent, I'm usually wrong on this and undershoot it, but in the range of 20, maybe 25,000 repairs. We'll probably have another 35,000 other costs, selling costs, financing costs, carrying costs. So about probably 60,000 of total costs. So in the end, we should still do okay. Probably be in the range of, $40,000 profit. And that doesn't include the commission I made as an agent. So we'll have to see if all that turns out like we planned, or not. So we will be putting it on the market here very soon. I think they're taking pictures either today or tomorrow. We always do professional pictures on all of our properties, get them staged, as you can see. And then we'll have it listed. We'll see what happens and go from there. So we have listed a couple properties here. We did spend most of our money on this rehab in this bathroom. It needed a full gut job here. In the basement one, we didn't do nearly as much, but this bathroom was ugly. And if I remember, I'll try and pan in some before pictures here or video. But I was saying, we've listed a couple properties here lately, and one was another flip that we did that had the kind of the garage and shop and a big addition on it. And that one took a little while to sell, but it still went under contract in 2 weeks, and we actually ended up having multiple offers, I think, which was weird. No offers for 2 weeks, and we get 2 in the same day after that. And that one's under contract now, but that was kind of a very, pretty small town, limited buyer pool. Took a little while to sell. I listed another property, which is actually kind of a sort of relative, and that property we listed in a high price range in the just below 700,000, had multiple offers the first 2 days. It went under contract for way, way over list price, like way over. And that was just a couple weeks ago. So I keep hearing people say, oh, interest rates will slow down the market. It's already slowing down. There's tons more inventory, and I just don't see it myself. Maybe there's a little more inventory, but we're also in spring where there's almost always more inventory, and inventory usually goes up during that time of year. But looking back at last year, we did try to make this look slightly better with curtains, but there was still last year at this time, which is a good way to compare things. Oh, that's so dirty. I thought they were going to clean that. Does that? Oh yeah, we had this cleaned. They missed that spot. But last year during this time, there were like 1.1 million houses for sale in the whole country. This year, there's right around 1 million. And we had creeped down to like 800,000 in January, February, which was the lowest we've seen in decades. So inventory is still very low when you compare it to this time last year. And this time in 2006, before the last housing crash, there were 4 million houses for sale, like 4 times as many as there are now. So still very tight market, very few houses around. And with interest rates climbing up, which I've kind of been saying for a while, building is slowing down. There's less and less building because interest rates makes everything more expensive. Higher rates makes building more expensive, materials more expensive, shipping, all of that. Interest rates affect everybody who uses financing, which is basically almost every company. So everything gets more expensive. And because of that, when things get more expensive, if people can't buy things, it doesn't mean that things automatically get cheaper and people take a loss. It means they just stop building or they stop producing to a point where they are meeting demand. Not that things always get cheaper. So we'll see how it all plays out. But for right now, I'm not expecting any big drop in the market at all. We could see less listings, maybe less demand at the same time, which kind of evens itself out. But really, for there to be a crash, you have to have massive, massive oversupply. And we're just not seeing that right now. Okay, I went off on a tangent again. But you can see the basement, we did flooring, paint, nothing fancy. This room I had thought about making into another bedroom. We didn't do it. We'll see how this one sells, if it makes a difference or not. And really, there's so few houses for sale. We still want to make them nice and safe and make sure everything's done right. But we don't have to customize them and make them perfect and go overboard with every single repair, right? Sometimes people, a basement bathroom does not have to be absolutely perfect for it to still be good enough for somebody to use or to buy the property when there's little demand. And sometimes people say, oh, you're being cheap, you're not going all out. Well, we have to make a profit. And, if there's not enough room in these properties to make a profit, then we just won't buy them. And then they won't get fixed up at all. So there's catch-22 there. But this is still a nice house. It still I like the floor plan. It's got a big living room, big family room. Just doesn't have a whole lot of bedrooms. That's the one downside. But I think it's kind of a neat floor plan. Backs up to a park. We might show you the outside here soon. And personally, I think we'll get it sold pretty quick. We'll just have to see how that goes. And of course, I will have an update on that, either with a short or maybe a video later on how the actual selling process goes if we sell it, or maybe just on the community page. I'll talk about it there. All right, so take a peek out here. And it has no garage either, which we talked about making one of these garages too, but again, that would add a whole lot of cost. Doing that, it has this nice carport area, has these big sheds, as you can see. So it's got a lot of features with it, even if it doesn't have, a garage. Has this pretty cool dog run with the AstroTurf. What dog doesn't love AstroTurf? And then back here, we've got another shed back there. So what it doesn't have in garages, it makes up for in sheds. And then, we got a giant pile of dirt back here. And here's the backyard, which, like I said, backs up to a park. And this is actually a park I used to play basketball at when I was a kid. There were really good pickup games here. There you go. And we did another flip right across that park. I don't know if you can see it all the way over there with the covered patio last year. So we've done a lot of flips in this neighborhood. It's been really, really good to us. All right, so that's the property. Let me know what you think. Did we do too much? Too little? I doubt many people will say we did too much. but you can let us know what you think on it. We'll see how it goes. We'll update you on the selling process, how that works. And of course, we love the likes, shares, comments, all that great stuff. Keep that coming. And we'll have many, many, many more videos coming up on our flips, rentals, being an agent, my brokerage, the stores, all kinds of interesting things. Have some more businesses I want to start up here soon. We'll see how those go. Another really interesting property I'm buying here soon, so make sure you subscribe to see that one. That's a big property with a lot of land and a lot of stuff. So it'll be a neat one, hopefully. Hopefully it's not too stressful. We'll go from there. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be back soon.